I'm Sam Kuhnert, and we're here for our first offering of the Greater Game. This segment will connect professional sports stars that you know and love with TCT, as these athletes talk about their walk with God and how faith has made a difference in their life, both on and off the field. Today, I have Cory Procter joining me from his hometown of Dallas, Texas. Cory, welcome, brother.
Hey, Sam. Thanks a lot for having me, man. This is good.
Man, your story is something that has truly inspired me, and I can't wait for our viewers to really see this. Let's fast forward to the 2005 NFL Draft. You're an All-American at University of Montana, and you go undrafted. What's going through your mind, and where are you at in your faith at that time?
Well, going through that is tough because, you see a lot of guys go before you, and you think that you're better than them. And it's kind of, it wrecks with you emotionally a little bit, but at the same time, you're talking to your agents. They're managing those emotions for you and trying to help you work through it. And so, you get through it. It's kind of like this is just a new experience. You're not sure how to absorb the whole thing. But at the time, I believed in God, didn't really have an active faith going on. And I'm like, yeah, you're real, but I'll take care of business myself. And that was kind of through my time in the league until I had a different experience I'm sure we'll get to, but it was different just because you're coming into a whole new world, and this is a man's game, and college football's tough, but you're talking about 30-year-old dudes you're playing ball against now.
Right. And now you finally get with the Lions. You're on their practice squad, and Dallas Cowboys come calling. They put you on their practice squad. You're there for 2 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then 2007 comes, and you play in all 16 games starting 2. What's the feeling like?
I get a call up when Andre Gerard, our Pro Bowl center at the time, goes down and with a knee injury, and I go out, start against Carolina, against Chris Jenkins. My first start was against a dude that was 380 pounds. And we ended up running, I think it was for 250-plus yards that game, and did really well with Marion Barber. And so it was awesome. And it was great because, you go out for the first string of plays, and it wrecks you a little bit at first. You're freaked out. But as soon as you settle into the game, just like a boxing match, that's when your abilities really start coming alive.
Let me ask you this, Cory. What would you tell another athlete who is considering a relationship with Jesus Christ?
I'd say he's probably been there more than you realize. And a lot of situations, it usually takes some indirect conversation to get down into these conversations. But, I would talk to a guy, I'd start looking at what good things have happened in your life that you haven't really thought about, right? And it typically revolves around some tough situation. My folks split, but God put these incredible coaches in my life to really guide me and help develop some characteristics that I didn't have. In the same respect, we lost someone really close to us in our life, but at the same time, he gave me a baby girl that was the biggest kiss on the cheek that I could ever get from God. And those kinds of scenarios are evident in every single one of our lives. So I tell a young guy that. I say, hey, what's God doing in your life? What are some amazing gifts, even during the tough times that you have had that you didn't deserve?
That's amazing. I want to leave you with one thing, Cory. The verse that I have lived by my entire life was Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And one thing I found is that means a different thing to every single person. I want to hear, what does that verse mean to you?
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That means he has done something that nobody else can do for us in our life. That means when you think of a buddy that you would go to any depth for, you die for, right? You got people, everybody's got somebody like that in their lives. He has done it. Christ has done it. And so when you start getting to a level of thinking and depth that you can see where, like, I had this guy, this friend who gave his life for me and sat there and stayed in it and took off every sin and every possible bad thing that I've done in my life. I can take a whole new level of faith and strength, and I can go do anything because he's done that for me.
So powerful and so true, man. Well, Cory, I can't thank you enough for joining us today. And TC2 viewers, on today's The Greater Game, to hear more about Cory's testimony, go to tct.tv.